aliens on a fishing trip. When the Galaxy Max 3000 Star Cruiser broke down in Earth's atmosphere, the alien crew decided to try Earth's most popular hobby, fishing. After all, what else could they do while waiting for the repaired drone to reboot? The expedition was led by Captain Zog, a respected strategist, owner of 3 antennas, and a fan of Earth philosophy books. His loyal assistant, Groom, was a technical genius, but had a crippling fear of anything that resembled fish. The third crew member, Kluk, was a foodie who believed every life form should be tested for flavor. "This is called fishing on Earth," Zog said, studying a holographic map of the planet. "They sit, stare at water, and hope a creature swims to them. And if it doesn't?" Groom asked skeptically, his 3 eyes narrowing. "Then they just sit," Zog replied philosophically. After a heated debate, they decided to head to the nearest water body, a river surrounded by strange beings called weekend anglers. To blend in, the aliens donned makeshift disguises. Zog wore shorts and a t-shirt that read, "I love Pluto." Groom opted for rubber boots, despite not knowing their purpose, while Kluk donned a fishing vest and carried a bucket labeled fish food, which was actually filled with pickles, an Earth delicacy he'd found aboard the ship. "We don't have fishing rods," Groom pointed out. "We have a laser net," Kluk replied, "though I'm not sure the fish will appreciate it." At the riverbank, they encountered a local fishing expert, an elderly man wearing a battered hat and wielding a rod that seemed to have survived multiple world wars. "Hey, weirdos, you here to fish or start a circus?" the man asked, eyeing their peculiar outfits. "To fish, of course," Captain Zog replied proudly. "But the circus is our backup plan." The old man squinted at them. He clearly sensed something was off, but decided it wasn't worth arguing with such eccentric individuals. "Fine, pay attention. Fishing's serious business. You take the rod," he said, handing them a spare. Zog carefully accepted the rod, holding it as though it were a dangerous predator. "And what do I do with this?" Zog asked, inspecting the rod like it was an activated plasma blade. The old man sighed deeply. "You cast the line into the water and wait for the fish to bite." Groom stared at the line, visibly alarmed. "Wait. Just wait. And that's considered fun?" His 3 eyes widened in disbelief. "Yup," the old man nodded. "Patience is the key." Captain Zog turned to his crew. "Patience is the strength of our race. Let me remind you, we once waited 200 years in orbit around Betelgeuse for the perfect moment to invade." "Yeah, but at least we had a virtual library there," Groom muttered. Zog swung the rod, but instead of casting the line into the water, he accidentally hooked the old man's hat. "What are you doing, lunatic?" The man howled, grabbing for his hat as it spun through the air. "Sorry, I'm new at this." Zog apologized, trying to fix the situation. Meanwhile, Kluk decided the laser net would be more effective. He activated the device, and a massive glowing dome enveloped the river. Within seconds, the net was filled with everything that had been in the water: fish, algae, 2 boots, a bicycle, and, for some reason, an inflatable flamingo. "We did it!" Kluk cheered, dragging the net ashore. But the celebration was short-lived. "What the heck is this?" the old man yelled, staring at the now empty river. "You caught every fish at once! Isn't that the goal?" Zog asked, genuinely puzzled. "No. Fishing is about the process, you see? And you must be aliens or something." Kluk froze, clutching the net. No, of course not. We're just very innovative fishermen." As the old man stormed off, thoroughly enraged, the aliens decided to continue fishing on their own. Zog scanned the riverbed with a device and located a massive creature Earthlings called a catfish. "That catfish will be our trophy," Zog declared. Groom, terrified of anything fish-like, turned pale, which was impressive, considering his usual purple hue. Maybe we shouldn't. That catfish looks dangerous. A true warrior never backs down, Zog exclaimed, activating a fishing magnet they had on board. The magnet hummed, and moments later, a colossal creature burst from the water. It was indeed a catfish, and it was the size of their spaceship, looking very displeased. That's not a fish. It's a gill-powered battleship, Groom screamed, trying to hide behind the bucket of pickles. The catfish, deciding the aliens weren't fishermen, but rather lunch, opened its enormous mouth and roared as it lunged toward them. This is the worst idea in the history of our mission, Groom yelled, running along the riverbank. Stay calm. This is just a tactical retreat, Zog shouted, leading the team away. Kluk, remaining cool under pressure, threw the bucket of pickles into the catfish's mouth. To everyone's surprise, the creature paused, sniffed the pickles, and, seemingly satisfied with their taste, swam back into the water. Once the chaos subsided, the aliens returned to their ship. Well, we learned a lot about Earth fishing, Zog remarked philosophically. It requires patience, skill, and pickles. And I learned fish aren't food. They're weapons of mass destruction, Groom grumbled. But they smell delicious, Kluk added, licking his lips. Thus ended their first fishing adventure. With their ship repaired, the aliens set off for new galactic horizons. But from that day forward, their mission log contained a new entry. Fishing on Earth. Sport for the brave.